Hello everyone, I am Professor Bankar DB, working as an assistant professor in chemistry, RBNB College, Srampur. Today we will going to learn about DIP CDI as a protecting group for the carboxylic acid. So DIP CDI means NN diisopropyl carbodiimide. NN diisopropyl carbodiimide. So this particular protecting group belongs to the carbodiimide category. It consists of N C double bond C double bond N as a carbodiimide group. That two nitrogen atoms attach to the isopropyl group. Therefore, the name is NN diisopropyl carbodiimide. So this group basically is in liquid form. This is in liquid form, hence it is easy to handle. Second thing, this group or this reagent plays an important role in peptide synthesis. DIP CDI reagent plays an very crucial role in peptide synthesis. This reagent acts as a coupling reagent DIP CDI act as a coupling reagent in peptide synthesis. It activates the carboxylic acid group. So we will see the detailed use of that group in the peptide synthesis. Here we take an example of amino acid. In first step, amino group of the amino acid is protected using Bock protecting group. So this reaction is performed under basic medium. In this way, the amino group of amino acid is protected as a tertiary butyl carbonyl group. In next step, we use DIP CDI reagent. The electron pair on nitrogen abstract the proton of acid. O minus plus that nitrogen carry positive charge. In next step, this O minus attack at this carbon. This O minus attack at this carbon atom and there is neutralization of positive charge on the nitrogen. During this particular synthesis, there is formation of this type of intermediate. Here so this is activating step. This carbonyl group of carboxylic acid gets activated by DIPCDI reagent. As we know that in peptide synthesis, two or more amino acid molecule combine together, so amino group of one amino acid react with carboxylic group of second amino acid. So this is our first amino acid molecule. Here we will take the second amino acid molecule. So this NH2 of second amino acid molecule gets attack on activated carboxylic group, and there is formation of NH carbonyl bond, that is there is formation of amide bond. So during this particular step, there is formation of bond between nitrogen and this carbonyl carbon. That is, this bond is obtained, and this bond is called as peptide bond, or it is also called as amide bond. This O minus is generated in this particular step. The structure is written as O minus N isopropyl group NH isopropyl group So this is NN diisopropyl urea. This is NN diisopropyl urea. So this byproduct is soluble in most of the organic solvent, therefore it can be simply separated from the reaction mixture. In case of DCC, that byproduct is insoluble in organic solvent, that should be removed by the filtration, but this NN diisopropyl urea is soluble in organic solvent, therefore can be separated from the reaction mixture. Now we will begin with ketone and aldehyde protecting groups. Aldehyde and ketone carbonyl group can be protected as ketal or acetal. This is one of the most convenient method for the protection of carbonyl group of aldehyde and ketone towards the nucleophilic attack or towards the reduction. So first we will start with acetal acetal or ketal formation. So aldehyde or ketone react with alcohol. That alcohol basically include methanol, ethanol, benzyl alcohol, or that may be include diol. Alcohol include methanol, ethanol, benzyl alcohol or diol. So that type of alcohol allowed to react with aldehyde or ketone, there is formation of acetal and ketal, and hence that carbonyl group is protected. Consider various types of examples. So this is aldehyde. This is hemiacetal. In this particular example, that aldehyde molecule is allowed to alcohol, that is ethanol, there is formation of hemiacetal. If that hemiacetal again react with second molecule of alcohol, there is formation of acetal. If we take example of ketone, so this is ketone, this is aldehyde. Hemiketal, this is ketal. So in this way we protect carbonyl group of both aldehyde and ketone by forming corresponding acetal or ketal. Here we take example of acetone. That acetone is allowed to react with ethylene glycol in presence of acid catalyst. There is formation of cyclic ketal. So this cyclic ketal is also called as dioxolone. So in this way we protect carbonyl group of aldehyde or ketone using diol in presence of catalyst, that is H+, there is formation of cyclic ketal. We use dry HCl, H2SO4, BF3 etherate, that is BF3OET twice, or we use para-toluene sulfonic acid. So these are the acidic catalysts which are used in this type of reactions. If we want to deprotect this type of ketal, then we use acidic condition. Under acidic condition, there is deprotection of cyclic ketal into corresponding ketone, and that diol again regenerated. So it should be remembered that for the deprotection of ketal, acetal, we use acidic condition. As we have learned that protecting group plays a very important role in the organic synthesis, here we will learn one example in which there is use of protecting group. So this is one example in which we have isolated carbonyl group and conjugated carbonyl group. So this carbonyl group is in conjugation with double bond. Here we use a diol in presence of para-toluene sulfonic acid. So this diol initially react with more reactive carbonyl group, that is isolated carbonyl group. This carbonyl group is stable due to the resonance effect of double bond. In next step, reduction of double bond is achieved using sodium and ammonia and ammonium chloride. So this double bond undergo reduction. Here we use reducing agent, that is sodium borohydride in ethanol solvent. So this sodium borohydride reduces carbonyl group into corresponding alcohol. OH. In last step, again we convert this protected ketonic group into original C double bond O group. OH. So in this way we can achieve the particular conversion. Here we will see thioglycol protecting group for the aldehyde and ketone. Sulfur compound provide more flexibility in the organic synthesis. So this is example of aldehyde. That aldehyde molecule is allowed to react with 1,3-propanediol dithiol compound So this is 1,3-propane dithiol compound, and this compound is allowed to react with aldehyde in presence of BF3 etherate. Here we can use other acidic condition also. This reaction is carried out at lower temperature -78 to 0 degrees Celsius. So this dithiol compound act as a protecting group for the carbonyl carbon. So this is dithioacetal. It is also called as 1,3-dithiene. 1,3-dithiene. So in this way we protect carbonyl group of aldehyde by using 1,3-propane dithiol compound, and there is formation of dithioacetal. So this is carbon of aldehyde, hydrogen of aldehyde. Look at original molecule of aldehyde and look at this structure. So this carbon of aldehyde is electrophilic in nature, but this carbon becomes nucleophilic in nature. So this is one of the advantage of this 1,3-propane dithiol compound, that is there is conversion of electrophilic center into nucleophilic center. So this concept of change in the polarity is called as umpolong. So this change in natural polarity of the functional group is called as umpolong. In umpolong reaction, nucleophilic center become electrophilic or electrophilic center become nucleophilic. And this carbanion is stabilized by the sulfur atom. This carbanion is stable, it is stabilized by the sulfur atom because that sulfur atom have empty d orbital, and that empty d orbital accommodate the extra negative charge present on the carbon atom. So this is stable carbanion. This carbanion can be react with number of electrophilic center. Here for example we take benzyl bromide. So this negative charge on carbon attack at this carbon and there is formation of carbon-carbon bond. In this way. At the end, we can deprotect this particular group using Ag2 plus and aqueous acidic condition. So for deprotection of this sulfur group, basically HgCl2 is commonly used. And we have this type of structure. So this intermediate is very important. Here we use large number of electrophilic center, and according to the electrophilic center there is formation of new product. So until now we have learned number of protecting group for the different functional group. It means alcohol, carboxylic acid, amino and aldehyde and ketone. So we finish most of the protecting group for the desired functional group. Here we highlight that particular groups. In our earlier few lectures we have learned different hydroxyl protecting group. It include alkyl ether protection. In that we have learned methyl benzyl ether, tertiary butyl ether. Then we have learned trityl protection. Then we have learned TMS protection, that is trimethyl silyl protection. Then we have learned PBDMS protection, that is tertiary butyl dimethyl silyl protection. Then we have learned THP, MOM, MEM. Then acyl protection, and lastly we have also learned diol protection. So under hydroxyl protection we have learned this type of protecting groups. In case of amino protecting group, we have learned benzyl protection, then acyl protection, then CBZ protection, then BOC protection, then FMOC protection, and lastly we have also learned trityl protection. So under amino functional category we have saw this type of protecting groups. In case of carboxylic protection, we have saw ester formation. Then we have learned DCCI protection. We learned TMS protection, and we have also learned DIP-CDI protecting groups. So all groups are very important. And now we have learned ketone and aldehyde protection. In that we have seen acetal or ketal formation, and also we have seen dithiol protection. So here we cover most of the part of the protection and deprotection topic. In next lecture we will begin with the Chiron approach concept. Okay, thank you.